wonderful day yesterday. We were able to kind of decipher the market yesterday, and it ended up going out pretty well for what we expected. Um, and as you can see, it looks like we're seeing that continuation here right as the market is getting ready to open up here in about 18 minutes. So let's go ahead and kind of review. I mean, there's not really much to review. Yesterday the market kind of just hung out. Powell got on. We checked below one more time. Couldn't get anything going. And then, kind of boom went the dynamite. These levels here. Boom went the dynamite. Market just kind of shot to the upside. We pretty much immediately jumped up to that 125 level, and then you kind of saw the market sit, and it was able to trap enough sellers here yesterday, just kind of back and forth, and then made a second move at the upside, and then you could see we finished on that spike. Oh, this thing didn't save. That's the last. So you can kind of see here the overnight inventory for the most part 100% net long. We're going to be opening up on maybe a gap, maybe not a gap. We'll see. But we are going to be opening up in the spike, and that's kind of, according to spike rules, is showing acceptance of the higher prices. Oftentimes we get continuation. Huge move yesterday. Market's probably going to be a bit volatile today. Remember, we still do have Apple and Amazon earnings after the market today. Meta earnings came out yesterday, better than expected. Better. They had a big stock buyback, and then old fucking Zuckerberg was on there just spitting out about how this is going to be the year of what did he say? What word did he say? He used the word, I don't know, like fiscal stimulus, or like whatever that word is for being financially frugal. Right, frugal is kind of the word, I guess. But he basically said that's what the year is going to be. And then they also had some approval go through from the state of California that they could acquire some startup VR company. So that's a big boost for them. We'll kind of see what happens with that. Remember, we do have a lot of single prints below. So any break, really, that's where you'll be kind of looking for them to buy their positions back. We have the halfback right at 4105, and then 4100, very mechanical level. A pullback that deep would be buyable, most likely. Just because you kind of see we have this top of balance, right? And then we finally broke out of that balance. So if we don't get that immediate continuation here, and we get below all of that volume from yesterday, there's good odds that maybe they look to test that low. We'll probably be opening up with the tick elevated here quite a bit. We'll be opening up with the sectors or the breadth elevated quite a bit. So we'll pay attention to the sectors early on and see how they do. That's pretty much it. Morning, Will. Morning, Dad. There's not a ton to talk about here. It's really just, you just got to be careful. What's up, Double R? Did you stay in that Bitcoin long yesterday, Double R? It took off.
What's Bitcoin at now?
It was at, I think it climbed up all the way to 25 yesterday, maybe 24. Yeah, 24. 24.2, so above 24.2. It's sitting at 23.815 right now. Oh, you caught the short before the uptrend. Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, it came right down to that buy zone and it's actually holding pretty strong. So Bitcoin's just so volatile. Like, I want to move my stop up here, but I feel like it's just going to come down there, get my stop, and then possibly keep going. One key thing too that I'm really keying in on, like I said, is the VIX. You know, the VIX came down 17.7, and I talked about this yesterday a little bit. When we get this crush of volatility, that's like a signal that the fear is gone, right? The VIX is the volatility index, right? It measures the amount of puts being bought within the next 30 days based off blah, 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 right? We get into it all day. But just based off of what we've seen in the past, basically since like 2018 with this elevated VIX that we've kind of been living with, 20 and above, every time it goes down to 15, a lot of times we get this strong up move and it ends up being a capitulation or a peaking event. So that's going to be kind of the key here, I think. We do have a lot of the moving averages kind of grouping up here. Excuse me. You got the 200-day on the 4067. You have the 20 down here at the 4,000. You have, where's that 50 at? That 50 should be above. The 50 is like 49. So they're all kind of like right here in this area. And we know like those are trading references just because everyone else is paying attention to them. You know what I mean? So if the market goes back that far, that's what kind of you start to develop, those kind of targets. And then our big level yesterday was that 41.55. You can see we're moving above it now. The next level, well, the next Fibonacci is 43.09. And if you pop over the daily chart here, you can oops, you can see here, this is a cash only daily chart. You can see we're kind of above all these levels here. So that next level up, that 42, let's see, what's the high here? The high is 42.06 quarter. There's this gap above, right? So maybe that's where we squeeze up to. I don't know. And maybe we see the reaction up there. But you can see we've pretty much firmly broke out of this trend. And now that we've started a new month, you can see the start of, if we have a 3-month balance and we're breaking balance, you can see I reduced the Fibonacci because it's just taking up too much space and it's driving me fucking mad. What'd you say? If you remember, I already had overtraded. Oh yeah, that's right. My bad. I think you set up to trade it yesterday. Yeah, that was a good move. Got 10 minutes. So basically, like, we were kind of breaking out of this monthly balance, so we have to pay attention for a reaction like this. Look, excess. We got big excess right here. So there was a responsive seller, responsive seller, right? Another responsive seller up here that drove the market all the way back down. So, that's kind of the key here. I think that's kind of the key look that we're getting here. We're one time framing up now on a monthly basis. 1, 2, 3, 4 for 5 months in a row. So that's a fairly significant thing while breaking trend. And I have a strong feeling that the market comes back down to like 38.65 at some point. But I'm not just closing my eyes and getting short here just because that's the feeling that I have or the level that I'm watching. Biddy pumping into the start. Yeah, Bitcoin is pumping right now, Shipwreck. That is true. Warren Lecker. Too pussy for you. And NASDAQ coming right to a Fibonacci as well. You want to see here? Let's look across the markets here, and we can talk theory for a second. The Dow didn't break, and it's still in balance, right? Still pretty decent off its highs. This is from COVID low to the all-time high. We could probably even adjust this here. I mean, if you wanted to. Oh, fuck it. Now I'm gonna delete it because I fucking messed it up. But anyway, so this is on that monthly basis, so it's still sitting right in the middle. The Nasdaq has broken out, and is one time framing up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months in a row. Still down like just so significantly from the all-time highs though. But I mean, that's a pretty decent rally off the lows. And then the Russell's still looking kind of strong here after the breakout, so I'm just gonna keep holding that. But interesting look here is the Dow here kind of signaling to us that the market's not as strong as it seems, or is the Dow lagging behind the rest of the market? We got about 6 minutes. 4188, James says. Okay. 4188. Oh, we're almost there. That's like fucking. It's like 18 points higher now. I remember you said that yesterday. Yeah, that's what I said. I said I remembered you said it yesterday. I'm just confused. So today, guys, we're opening up on a gap. Remember, we had a spike rules. Yesterday was a break from balance. There's a lot going on in the market today. So, there's going to be opportunity here because we're going to be opening up on a gap. And if you feel comfortable with the volatility and with the increased risk, then, by all means, go for it. But immediately off the open, I'm going to look for them to be closing this gap, right? So there might be a little bit opportunity of a fade. So basically what we'll look for is you'll see a pop, market opens, pops up. Once it trades back through the open, that's a short targeting the close of the gap. And then, your stop goes at the high. And after it breaks through the open, you're pretty much just tightening, and then, close the gap. If you get an opening drive higher that doesn't come back through the open, that would be a buy. But for some, I just don't see that happening today, to be honest. It might though. It might. Who knows? I mean, I'm not a fucking fortune teller. So, all right, we got 3 minutes. Now's the time to lock in your trade plans. Do what you need to do. do some meditating, talk to a magic dragon, whatever you've got to do in order to put you where you need to be to trade the market successfully and stay patient and get paid, manage risk, and stick to your trade plan. Part of my pre-market routine, Tommy. Every time, every day. Part of like my daily life, honestly. It's how I live life. Here we go. 50 seconds left. Looking at here. Any bets on, is Facebook gonna keep going or is it gonna melt? Oh, you know what I wanted to show you guys too? Well, we don't really have enough time right now, but well, I can show you. Yeah. Market's gonna open in 5 seconds, guys. We'll be fine.
I don't see how Facebook stays up this high. That's just
There's
me.
the open. So the first push is actually down there. So it looks like they're trying to go for this gap close right away. Let's see if they get it. Okay, but sellers just got stuck at the 72. Okay, so it goes back to the open, seller shows up, ignore it. Just let it bounce around. It's not doing anything yet. Anyways, what I want to show you guys, so I figured out how to get the IV rank on Thinkorswim, right? Something that Tasty Trade uses, and you know, they have like certain levels of stocks that they'll trade based off of IV rank and stuff. But what I want you to focus on here is these sectors that make up the S&P 500. You can see all of them here. Look at some of the smaller ones. So here's tech, right? IV rank of 25, so not super high. But look at real estate, 51. Look at communications, 57. Industrials, 50. So they're expecting some big volatility in these names. So what I'm thinking, there we go. What I'm thinking is there's going to be some opportunity for us, guys, in these sectors. We just got to break down into them, and I'll do it this weekend. Naturally, because that's why I like to do stuff. I really hate doing any work during the week. I don't know why. I just hate it. You know, this is like work, so after this, I'm just like, you know, can't make videos like I want to. It's just no energy. So 4 contracts on this low. Sector's still looking fairly red. Breath opened up positive. We expected that, right? Sector's still looking pretty red except for consumer discretionary. Only 4 contracts on that low though. That's a pretty weak look from any selling. And so this is kind of that situation where if we cross back above the open, then we failed to close the gap, so we cross back above the open, and that means that this weak high that's up here probably gets taken, and then we go to James's magical 4188 here. Would be the next ticket or whatever. Facebook. And the gap up on Meta was wild. Expected $12 move yesterday. It closed at like 55. It's at 182 right now. That's a fat fucking move. But looks like it's working out so far. So, oops. All right, guys. So the market's just kind of, trying to figure out what it wants to do here. It's kind of like last night was a continuation. So if we were to, kind of merge this here, and you're kind of seeing maybe treat this as a spike, kind of getting a little bit of resistance there. Unable to get above that open that time. Not as far of a push, but opening up, technically spike rules opening up within a spike is bullish. So, and especially if we cross back above that open, then that would be bullish. And I'm trying to get into this position real quick. I think it's coming back to this volume, and then we should get kind of a key here. Oh shit. They want to close that gap, it looks like. Nasdaq's kind of breaking down here. Looking up like in its little opening range though. Morning, Roach. 69 key level to the low, would you say? Oh, because kind of like with the break of this. Yeah, I don't know if 16. I don't know. I'm kind of watching the previous day's high. I'm not really watching that 69 level, to be honest. No, I'm watching the open and the gap fill. Oh, before it broke down. Okay, my bad. 69 did get a lot of volume though. There's that close. Fuck yes. Swing low, sweet chariots. How am I not filled on this call? They're pumping in premium into Facebook. They're gonna kill it. They're gonna kill it. I think. Because I just tried to sell a call spread on Facebook and only got filled on the 185s and not the 90s because I put a limit order for 101 and it already jumped up to 132. I just have to. Let's show. We would double sell. Excuse me. All right, now we're back. All right, sorry about that, guys. I just had to get that thing on because I think we're about to maybe see some action. A lot of volume coming in down here.
I think that
It's really hard to know. It kind of just looks like it's like building up this volume. If it starts to spend time below that 63.25, then the odds start to increase. Tech going back green after being red is not a great thing, especially tech going green at the bottom. You know, that's kind of like, hey, you guys want to fucking party? So, but tech rolls back over, which it's looking like it could. We could see some more downside. Basically, I like selling below the open. I like being short here below the open, but if we get above the open, I'm thinking we're probably gonna get some moving.
well, AMD's ripping.
So got a huge gap on the NQ.
Yeah.
AMD's ripping hard. Currently, the bot is about 50% down on the original order.
Morning, Luis. Yeah, I was listening to Tom Sosnoff, and he got long on the NASDAQ, like 30 handles off the low, and didn't hold. He was like, no, he was
It's
so
funny
pissed.
that Tony's just always getting on this case.
Yeah. No,
He
it's
plays it
hilarious.
down so much all the time. Yeah, Brad, how come the what's the reasoning for there being a gap still on the NQ, but the ES has managed to fill? Is that because of earnings and stuff in
Yeah.
the sector?
It's because of Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because Facebook is like, I mean, it's up way past its expected move, like almost double its expected move. So if Facebook doesn't break down, then the NASDAQ will just leave that gap, probably.
Yeah, it's almost 19% up, 18.5% up right now.
What?
And
Oh.
Meta, Facebook.
Oh, no, sorry, I was talking to my wife.
I thought you meant the NQ. I was about to say, what?
No.
Did you guys go to bed
Meta is
this morning?
about 18.5%
Oh, no,
up.
that's quick.
So I mean, that's a hell of a jump.
You got long 62 half and closed and you take some profit like a bitch. It happens to people, man. So we're kind of seeing that offer move down. It was at the open and now it's kind of moved down here to this 70, that 69 basically, like Lecker was saying. So kind of seeing like a lot of overhead volume start to accumulate, and if you know, it basically just starts to get heavy, right? If you're long from up here, you know that it's thin below, and so you're more quick to liquidate. Most of the sectors besides tech are, you know, looking weak. Actually, consumer discretionary doesn't look bad, but it's starting to get heavy, right? And so if we can't get above the volume, which is above the open, then it's going to be tough to get more continuation of upside. Even though that A high is just such a mechanical high, I feel like healthcare might go green here. We're going to have 3 out of the top 4 turn green. That's going to be more of a bullish look as well. 4166. Whoa. What data?
Ripping again.
What data are you using, TJ? There's a little bit of liquidation. Big seller there, 60, basically like 63 to 62.50. Oh, CQG. Maybe it's the symbol? I don't know. Oh, it could be a setting, I guess. There's a setting in here, like right here. Price display format under symbol. Price display format, you might be there.
Bot did a 3 candle buy.
It's in a put, right? Or a call?
Yep.
Put.
Yeah, it didn't buy an NVIDIA put, which I'm a little shocked about because it typically should match the two, but it has separate characteristics. So if NVIDIA looks at the data and says that it shouldn't get in, it doesn't. So I may have to figure out whether and of course that's a new modification, so I'm not 100% certain that it worked like it should, but I guess it's going in the wrong direction. So I guess I'll be happy that it didn't get into NVIDIA. See how it plays out. But right now it's like 35% down because it just did a second buy, so not quite as far down as it once was.
There's that continuation right there. And I mean, the next level down, honestly, is really just that the base of that spike, which is pretty much right at that Globex point of control. So that could be the next look down here.
Tech is getting close to rolling over.
Yeah, and look at healthcare. Healthcare was just at
Oh, healthcare rolled over. Healthcare's red.
yeah, well, it was just at like almost
I'm sorry.
green.
Yeah, IT's red is what I meant to say, not healthcare.
Yeah, it was just at almost green, and then it it went down like -50. You're seeing some volume come in there at the lows. See if they try to flush it. Buyers are trying to step up here, but getting kind of stuck on that 60 half, it looks like. The buyers stepped up. They held that 60 half there. See if they try to hold the low.
They hold this low, you think it'll shoot back up to the open?
Oh, it definitely could. Yeah. I mean, it just is really undecided. Like it kind of looks like all those sellers got a chance to take profit and look at the tick just bouncing up. So now kind of the information is, let's see how high the tick actually goes, and let's see if these buyers kind of show up. If we make a lower high on the tick, like right here at this, like, you know, mark of the beast here. Oh, see, there we go. So there's a little bit of a higher high there.
IT flipped green.
Nasdaq's
going deeper. It's going deeper green.
Nasdaq's about to break its high as well. It's getting close.
So it gets 1,000. That's pretty significant, right? 1,000.
Mm-hmm. See that big bid jump up on the 67 there. Nasdaq's about to break its high here. Bids are stepping up, 68 quarter. Another one's trying to step up on the 69. Still stepping up here.
Powell only raised 25 basis points. You think that's a helping?
Yeah, the VIX is getting crushed. Well, this is kind of what we were looking for, is like a capitulation kind of point where basically what we were expecting with the 25 basis point is like a big up move followed by a leaking down move, more of like a massage down as people start to rotate sectors and stuff. That's kind of what I'm expecting, at least.
We started the day yesterday at 40.81. So we're almost 100 points up. So they got
Yeah.
dropped.
Yeah, well, I just don't know if it's over yet, because the VIX is at
Correct, of course.
17.3, because you really got to have that like capitulation, and now the market's trying to get above this volume here. We have some kind of stuck buyers at 72, so they're looking to trying to drive the market back up to this 72 to get free. And we'll see if they step on the gas again, or if they just fade back down again.
IT sector's still looking pretty solid so far. Not
And
crazy high, but
Is it the lower the VIX, the more the volatility?
No. Lower the VIX, the lower the volatility.
Okay, I thought if the VIX under 20, that meant it was real, very, very volatile. That's not right.
Over 20, it's just elevated volatility. But I mean, we're just now breaking underneath of this and staying underneath 20 since yesterday, because we hit above 20 yesterday as well. But now VIX is trading 1734. And VIX futures are trading 1817. Let's see what they can do here. If these sellers, you're kind of forming a ledge here, and we've seen how ledges have acted in the past, right? Basically like a fucking launch pad. So, but we'll see. We still haven't been able to break the open yet. So the market's still kind of just diddling around here. Seeing a little bit of shorts cover right there as they finally get untrapped. Seller sweeps the book again. I'm filled on the Facebook short. Yeah. Let's see what we get here.
You think Facebook's just too overheated right now?
I mean, so Facebook went up, like a fucking double the expected move yesterday. So, I mean, I imagine there's probably going to be some rebound to it. I have a very small, just a 2-lot short on there. So, not like a ton of risk. But yeah, I do. I think they're fucking overdone. I think they're fucking going out of business.
18%. I don't
So
see how they get 18%.
I mean, it's. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
It seems like to me like Zuckerberg is basically staking everything he's got on the metaverse, and if the metaverse doesn't work out, then Saviske. Yeah, they're fucking done.
Metaverse only had like 30, 50 users. That was all said. And he spent like however many billions that was. Oh, the metaverse
He's
is a troll.
putting so much money into it.
And you don't hear anybody talking about it. Plus, in general, I just don't think people like Zuckerberg in general. Like, I don't know. That's my sentiment.
Because they think he's not a human being and he's a robot.
So, this guy's just like a dick.
He sure seems like a
What's the name-
robot to me.
What's the name of that? I don't know, the character on Zoidberg? Whatever that show was. I can't remember. I didn't watch the show. It was a cartoon, something like The Simpsons. I think it's made by the same people.
Oh, with the kid that's from the future.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Anyway, I just sorry that name
Futurama.
when
Futurama.
Futurama, when you said Zuckerberg, that was what I was thinking.
Zoidberg. That show's pretty funny, actually.
I've seen a couple of excerpts, but I never watched it. It was never something that I spent time on.
I mean, it's no Bob's Burgers, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like the same show.
IT sector is not quite as strong as it once was.
Talking his book, ladies and gentlemen. It is going down though. Tech or healthcare, excuse me, healthcare is getting stronger. Consumer discretionary got a little bit weaker. Tech is kind of just hanging, little kind of peeling back a little bit. I mean, maybe we get a little sideways action for the whole day as the market just kind of digests everything going into the big. We got unemployment tomorrow, and then Apple, Apple and Amazon today. Apple being the stock market. It's basically like the driver.
The rest of the actual tech stocks combined.
Yeah.
It's like 11 or 12% of it.
I think Apple's competing with our GDP.
Probably. Tim Cook's like, I'll run the world now, thank you. Yeah, it kind of looks like sellers are like trying to hammer this thing, right? And they're just not getting as much downside as they want yet. They need these buyers. There's still some FOMO buyers up here, I think, that are just like, we're going to the moon again. But it looks like they're getting punished.
If there was that many sellers, shouldn't the tick be lower, or is it based on actual executions of trades?
Well, it's just the tick is based off, up trades versus down trades.
Okay, so whatever the trade was.
Right.
Got it.
So let's see if the tick can make a lower low here. If the tick makes a lower low and you're in the short, hold on to it. If the tick doesn't make a lower low and you're in the short, take some profit. Tick didn't make a lower low. You took some profit. Now you could add on the bounce if it's up to you, If you're trading.
Still in that same minute, it could make a new lower low. Well, possibly. Not sure it'll do it, but I'm just saying. Because those are minute candles, right? On the tick?
Those are minute candles on the tick. Yes. Yeah, it definitely can. Yeah, definitely can keep going.
Yeah, it's not gonna do it. It is not gonna make a lower low.
You're trying to reverse psychology yourself?
No, the minute's up. It started a new minute. But the counts are flipping over. Counts are starting to roll over. I haven't had a C count in a couple of minutes.
Here we go. They're hammering at the 60. 58. Sellers are taking profit. Look at those people scalping this low here. You could see them on the tape. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. It still hasn't made a lower low yet. And they're trying to hammer here. Now we're seeing some buyers get scared, taking their positions off. Stuck shorts at the low. Oh my. There might be some opportunity here if we break above yesterday's high, that 63 quarter. That might be what they need, because we are getting some tapering here on the low. Let's watch this low here as B opens up. I think a lot of locals are probably getting long today. Too early. You know what I mean? There goes the low. Tick breaks down. All the sectors are red. Didn't get above yesterday's high. And the zoom goes to the dynamite. Now let's see what kind of continuation they get here.
I had to disconnect for a second. Did it work? Did they make it? Oh no, they didn't get above 63.
No, they didn't. No, they just kept going down. And tech is rolling over heavy here. NASDAQ below its low. See if it can, oh.
Kind of wish my Nvidia had bought. Now I need to find out why it didn't. Son of a gun.
Does anyone heat their house by oil? I just paid $1,000 for oil that's getting delivered today. It's crazy.
I remember somebody telling me that they heat their house with oil. One of my wife's coworkers, I think she said. So look, we're getting back to that spot above the prior day's high. NASDAQ is ripping. Where's the VWAP on the NASDAQ? Oh, much lower. Okay.
Trapped on the low there.
Yeah. We should. I mean, it feels like they should try to get above the open.
How many gallons did you get for that $1,000? Oil.
Volume coming in right here. Mechanical selling maybe off that A half back. Nasdaq coming back down here a little bit. But not too deep. See.
The
A lot of oh, go ahead, Tommy.
sorry, mate, go on, you can go. I was just going to say the A high and the H high from the overnight is a previous single print. It's just one single print that got left behind. That's where it's stopping up.
Oh, right at the top.
Keep stopping. That's exactly. I've got one single print mark just there from. Let me see what day it was. It's from the 26th of August.
Ooh, Nasdaq catching some downside here. Pretty big response right there, right off the what? The 41.55. Imagine that, a fucking Fibonacci 50% retracement. You know, what are the fucking odds there, huh? Classic. And we saw absorption right on that level. 596 contracts traded on that low. And look, here we go. Back above the previous day's high.
Hey, can you hear me good?
Yeah.
I'm out in the parking lot. I want to see how far the Wi-Fi will go.
Why is my screen blurry today? I don't know. He's a lizard. Zuckerberg. Yeah, it shouldn't be. I mean, it should be the same as every day. I haven't changed anything. But to be honest with you, man, like I'm fucking just not amazing at the whole production part of the stream, so could be on my end and I just don't know.
My Zoom looks different today, but it's just zoomed in more. I like it. You could change it at the top.
Yeah, you can change the zoom on the zoom. I wish you could change the
No, that was on
pixel rate
Facebook.
away.
Somebody, or not Facebook, YouTube. Somebody asked that.
No, on YouTube you can set the DPI settings, the bottom of the thing, and they defaulted to like 240 or the 360, but you can move it up to like 720. It's usually pretty good. Or you can put it in HD. That guy on YouTube says you're blurry. He just says do his settings.
Screen quality not good today. I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, there's nothing really that I can do about that. I'm not a wizard of any kind, so.
No, but on YouTube you can set the screen quality. That's what I was trying
Yeah,
to say.
change the settings to higher screen quality. It looks great on my side.
Yeah, I
On-
think that's
on
'cause of the
Facebook?
Zoom. The Zoom looks good.
Or on Zoom. I mean, not on Zoom. On YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
Let me
Set
look
the
on
quality.
YouTube. Where's fucking YouTube at?
It actually looks okay.
Well, not yours. It's the receivers can set the quality.
I logged in. I logged in and looked at YouTube. Oh, it is.
Okay,
It is
ES
kind of blurry.
ES made a lower low right there. Nasdaq did not. But that was exactly what I needed to happen right there, so it was perfect.
Ooh, Meta's up. It's
say
19%,
that?
19 and a half.
Can you see that again, Brad?
What's that?
You setting.
Looks clear as fuck on my screen when I watch it on YouTube, so maybe it's
Yeah, I'm on YouTube and it looks
maybe
fine.
it's you guys. Yeah, my shit looks just like it does on my screen. Actually looks nicer on the iPad.
So if you click on the quality on the little gear settings in YouTube and you go to quality, you can change it from auto and actually hard set it to 1080p.
Yeah, it looks like they changed it. They said it fixed it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right, Jay Clark. We'll catch you later, man.
AMD's ripping again. It just
Yeah,
made
so
a
was the
higher high.
Nasdaq. Nasdaq didn't make a lower low right there. ES did, but just barely. Only 70 contracts trade on the low now. So that would count as excess. But let's see if they're done here.
Oh wow, that was a fast drop. Did that just drop like 6 points in a single second?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's gonna go down. This thing looks like it's about to rage to the upside.
Is there news out right now?
No. I don't know. I'm not in a position right now. So just be careful here. But we have a little bit of a divergence. You've got the Dow making a lower low, the Russell making a lower low, but the Nasdaq not making a lower low yet. There's such a huge gap on the Nasdaq. It's insane. And the
IT sector's
Nasdaq's
still freaking way red.
yeah, it's just Facebook. Facebook is just not really going down very much. They're basically right 10 cents above my entry. Not ideal for me. 20 cents above my entry now.
AMD is actually passing up Apple for percentage up, which is not.
Bitcoin's
was-
taking a little bit of a beating. And the tick went way down.
Yeah, but it's back. It's basically just kind of hugging the zero level here. We have 79 contracts on the low, and they were aggressively trying to sell that low and just got stopped on a dime. But if we keep trading below this 41.55, I think we see some spillage because I think there was a lot of people long this 41.55 level.
Yeah, especially if the Nasdaq starts to jump on board to the downside.
Oh, let's
Should
just
really
pray
be,
because I'm short in the Nasdaq here. From 12,692. So
I don't see how the
think that's what
Nasdaq
ev-
holds up.
that's what
I mean,
everybody
at least not all day. Sorry, Roach.
No, that's okay, buddy. No, I think they're all waiting for the Nasdaq to dump if it's gonna dump, and then
yeah, I just don't. Yeah, that's the thing is I just don't know if it's gonna.
no, I don't know.
It's looking like it's not making lower. It's making higher lows and higher highs, and now it's kind of coiling a little bit, but it's just
I'd have more
not.
confidence though. I'd have more confidence following the Nasdaq down than following it up. Seems like when it goes up, nothing really follows much.
Right.
A little bit.
Yeah, especially since we're up so much, it's hard to follow that, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe somebody's trying to cause everyone to freak out and get into the opposite position so they can frickin' flush it. I don't know. This is insane. Meta's up 20% now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting hammered on that.
I don't see how that holds. Unless
Well,
people believe that Apple's
the
gonna
thing is,
say that they made another $1 trillion.
it could hold just for a couple days, you know what I mean? Like we could just see the market kind of balance out today into these big earnings and kind of just the market's like, okay, well this 41.55 is a 50% retracement from last year's high to last year's low. So let's just hang out right here. Apple earnings come in, then we'll decide if we're going to sell the 50% or we're going to buy the 50%. You know, they could be doing something like that. That's what would make sense to me.
Count trends have been pretty solid for the last, I don't know, about 30 minutes, 20 minutes.
And then remember what
20
we talked
minutes.
about last month with the all the new money that's going to be coming into the market because these guys just had an amazing first quarter after, you know, shitting the bed for an entire year. So they're like, hey, look what we did in the first month of the year. You want some of this? Give us your money. And then everyone's like, oh shit, yeah, let me get some of that. And then, you know, throw their fucking dice in and shit. And then, yeah, the market will blow up.
Where's
What were you
that
saying?
space,
Counts are what?
Counts are, so I have so the counts that come through, I have for every minute, it does an addition and subtraction and shows me what I call a count trend. And the count trend has been constant for the past 20 minutes at least.
Of
So
calls?
it's like been at 20 above zero, which is not enough, not enough to really say that that's a trend. It's like still, I even though it's moved a lot, the count trend is sort of saying it's not going anywhere. It doesn't normally do that. Normally it moves in one direction or the other, and it's not really saying that. It's, I mean, at the 15 minutes ago was 23, and right now it's 20. So it's not really moving.
Coinbase shares are up 12%. That's huge too. That's super huge.
This morning when I was watching Tasty Trade, uh-oh. Wow. Tom's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get short a couple ES futures here. And it was at like this price right here, 64. And like as soon as it did, W just was like psh, and shot straight up. I was like, that's gotta piss him off.
Looks like the
That's-
ES might actually be leading the NQ now. The ES is going up in rhythm with the Nasdaq.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like a balance here.
before it wasn't
just
really
did-
following it as aggressive.
Bot just did another 3 candle buy.
The dollar's coming back down. BIX is coming down. TNX is coming down. Bonds are on the low as well. Yes, we'll see.
Guess we'll hope for a late day liquidation, or maybe an early day liquidation. We're not even an
I
hour
don't know.
in.
I mean,
A
if
lot
it
of
gets-
people expecting a pullback. That might force us higher.
Right. I mean, look at the tick. Hasn't really been able to get anything going, and now we're starting to see sectors, more sectors show some green. So
Oh, that's true. True,
if we get above the open and the weighted AD just went positive, you know, like I said, I think if we go above the open, we've got some room to run or some stops to squeeze. So we'll kind of see. Be right back. Nasdaq's up at the high now.
Facebook's 21.5, almost 22%.
I agree. It's time to flatten out.
I don't I don't know what the hell. Either he's a very inspirational speaker or there's something else going on.
Well, the thing he announced about those stock buybacks is huge news. All right, Tommy.
When's the stock buyback gonna happen?
Who are you talking about?
Zuckerberg. I'm not sure when. Yeah, Liker, that's a tough one for sure. Because I definitely understand that when you get down early, you're like, I need to make it back.
That's a pretty common issue. I've definitely seen that.
So remember yesterday, this is kind of how the profile started out, right? B looked below A and then took the high, took the open, and then said, see you later. Kept going. So a lot of volume here below and kind of right at this open. So maybe they put a little stand and you get a little peak above A to fix that. It gives you excess and comes back in. But if we pop the open and stay above the open, I think that we're probably good to go. Weighted AD starting to roll to the green side here, trying. That tick did get pretty high right there, and we're not breaking the high. Very interesting day. Nasdaq's at the high here. See if it's gonna break. They're trying to do this little last stand here at the open, I feel like. Tech's flirting with the green line. Meta is just carrying the Nasdaq up. Meta's 188. Apple's green. Amazon's green. Google's green. Meta's green. Microsoft basically flat today, but green from yesterday. Netflix green from yesterday, basically flat. Tesla up 5%, or up 4%. The big names in the market are not really looking weak. It's the smaller caps because the Dow is still nowhere near its high, not even close, which is interesting. Maybe that's the trade on the Dow. Dow's lagging, probably come back up to the high if these things break. This is just pathetic.
That
So you got
texture isn't showing.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
You have this kind of trend forming up here, very steep trend. This is something to watch. A break of this very steep uptrend with the VWAP, for the most part, being very flat, could cause a little bit of a look back towards that 65, 62 area. So just be a little bit cautious here. I mean, it's not necessarily saying that it's. I'm not saying that it's going to break the trend. I'm saying if it breaks the trend, that's that's typically what they'll look for. Here comes C period now. So let's see what we get. Opening, right, almost right at the open for the most part, right below it. That is still raging. A lot of selling and the market can't go down. There goes the high. Nasdaq's ripping the high. Dow's coming up. The play was the Dow there. How much continuation we get. You're about to see a bunch of fucking daytime frame trade shorts get squeezed. So we saw longs get too long. Daytime frame traders got long too early, and then they got stopped out. They flipped to the short side at the low, and now they're getting squeezed. Volume moving up higher. Sellers trying it again in the 82.5. You know what? I need to go back through my journal and see if these numbers, because I think like we were at like 40, 82 half, and it was a good number as well. And now we're just seeing a lot of kind of action right here on the 82 half. A lot of volume coming in up here. Still only 47 contracts on that top tick. They want it though. Nice, you got 6.7 in. Good shit. So they took that high, but only put 11 up above it. Now we're starting to see that seller try to come back in right here, 82 half, 82 quarter, 83. Let's see, there's some more selling there. It's tough to tell what's going on here. I mean, look at the NASDAQ advanced decline, 1800 here. A lot of volume getting put in up here. There goes the high. See if the NASDAQ is going to agree here. NASDAQ not making a new high. Morning, Patrick.
Well, so does the Nasdaq normally front run the ES, or I thought it was the other way around?
The NASDAQ makes up or is made up of like mostly tech stocks. So it tends to just be more volatile. But because of the market cap of tech, a lot of times what happens is it kind of leads the market because it's it's the most volatile, if that makes sense. Because tech weighs so much, it kind of bullies the market around wherever it wants to go. It kind of takes the market there.
The Nasdaq does, right? You're saying.
Right. That is what I'm saying. There it goes. Still going.
So
Fantastic. Thank you.
Dr. BJ, what's up, man?
Thank
Hey,
you. Bye-bye.
the Bulls do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't believe in this pop, to be honest with you. I think this is just a rally of short time frame traders. If we get back inside the Globex range, I think we take the low. If not, then we probably just keep squeezing shorts all day. But I think this is mostly just I think short-term inventory got too long initially, then they got too short after they flipped, and we're kind of taking them on here. But
The market is in agreement with your sentiments. They'll keep pushing until they don't.
right, yeah, until they just give up.
Yeah.
I'm really watching the NASDAQ because the NASDAQ really is the one just pushing the market around here, especially with Meta being, up 23%.
Also, they're ramping up into the other tech giant earnings today after close.
Right, yeah.
That's gotta be, I mean, 23%, that is huge.
It's huge.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it's the biggest
For a company
it's the
that big,
biggest move in Meta in the history of Meta.
and is that
it-
the biggest move up for a company that size?
and it's still way off the highs.
Oh yeah, they're way off the highs.
And
Weren't they in the 500 range or something like that at some point?
So, yeah, 384 was their high.
and
Okay.
the owner himself, he said, my company's price valuation is just insane. You know, it's ridiculous. He even admitted that at one point.
At this point, stick to my guns here.
But
Someone's got a lot of background noise, like they're watching something in the background or something.
I mean, maybe the CIA needs some extra money, and so they, they're propping this thing up.
Maybe it'll squeeze up to 200. I thought I was going to be able to catch some of this balance in like the 180 to 160 range. That's what I was selling this morning, but I got wrecked on those. Already closed them flat. Is there
Counts were slowly clicking up a little bit. But I don't know, we're even now.
I mean, there's no reason to fight the upside as long as it continues. You know what I mean? Like let it roll itself over first before you decide like that it's not going to go any higher.
Yeah, but just don't get in at the high and pray for the best.
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't one of those close your eyes and buy days.
What's weird, what's throwing today off is the breadth. The breadth here is 2-1 and 4-1 on the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq breadth's really strong, 1800 and 1400 here. What's throwing the market off is that we opened up so high, and so it's like, how much gas can you really pump into the entire market before it's like, well, I've kind of had enough of this. Nasdaq making a new high right now. So, that's kind of the thing here. A lot of selling right there. But yeah, I mean, there's just no reason to fight it. VIX is getting smashed down.
So the VIX being smashed down, does that mean that people starting to be more careful? They're hedging their bets more. They're not.
No, it means the opposite. The VIX coming down means that less people are buying puts, less volatility. So if the VIX goes up, volatility goes up. So there's more risk. VIX goes down, people are expecting less risk. So less people, are buying puts or getting short.
VIX were way back in the 12s, 14s was super buys.
Say it again.
VIX, when it was in the 12s and 14s, that was the super buys. I'm not sure what it is right now, but if you're looking at it, I'm just giving you your number. That's when they were heavily into the buying side. You looking at VIX?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the correlation on it, how it's working.
What is it at now?
17 was it a second ago? I'll pop back up.
Right.
I was just saying in general, I was just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. Low VIX, you buy calls. Spy calls, that's how they kind of, or any other related.
Just focus on what we talked about yesterday. When the VIX starts getting down into the low 17s, which it hit today, 17.3, but low 17s, 16s, and 15s, those are the days where we should get some capitulation. So that's kind of what we want to stay focused on here is when is that going to happen, if it's going to happen, and that will help us maintain perspective, basically because everyone else won't be expecting risk. That's what that tells us. And so if nobody's expecting risk, then, you know, the old Warren Buffett adage, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. So if you see a low VIX, that's kind of like them saying that they're greedy, right? Low VIX, they're not scared. They're like, I ain't scared, I'm buying calls, buck puts, market's going up, right? And that's kind of what that means. And it doesn't necessarily mean that just because it does come down to these 15, 16s, that it's gonna, you know, cause a big move in the market. That doesn't necessarily mean anything as either. It just means that we need to be a little bit more cautious.
Yeah, I see the low today, VIX was 17.06. And then it topped out on the 10 o'clock time frame. And now it's kind of chopping.
You think seeds that have been sitting for like 3 years are no good?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Morning, John B. I'm not sure. I mean, you know, I'm not sure how it works like that. If they're like Quaaludes, you know, just 10 times better. Still getting volume up here. So the market really is finding a little bit of resistance here, right close to that 4,200. If the seeds have been refrigerated, they should be good. Oh, the tick's off screen, my bad.
Yeah, definitely not refrigerated.
You talk about seeds for eating or seeds for growing?
Let's see if I got that.
For growing, I think.
I'm gonna aeroponically grow because it's legal up here in Mass. But I do it by aeroponics, so there's no dirt involved. The roots hang in the air and they get sprayed by a mist that's so fine. The roots create these hairs that interact with the molecules of the water, which carry the nutrients on like a a really small level, and it's really good for the plants.
Market's just squeezing higher here, guys. It's crazy. We were just, 40, thinking 4100 is going to be the mechanical level, and then boom, 4200 is almost here. Get rid of this one.
Yesterday I was brave enough to trade ES and had a super day. Today it's been mostly micros.
It's off the races.
I mean, you're starting to see the rest of the market is turning, right? We're holding above zero. Weighted AD is just kind of weak, but I mean, the upside is the right side, like we said, right? Above that open, we're gonna see some movement, and it looked like they convinced, to convince the buyers right there around that 90 level to step up. So now it makes sense that 2000 is the next move, or 200, excuse me. I'm waiting for a retrace. Yeah, you might be waiting all day, my friend. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard, but you're gonna have to get convinced. Like I said, I think if we get back inside the Globex range, then you can put on a short because I think we take the B low. But until then, there's really nothing. There's no reason to fight it. You know what I mean? Oh, to buy the retrace. I see. I see. I see. I see. Yeah. Yeah. There hasn't been like since we've broken, we've just been steady holding. There's a little bit of opportunity at that 90, but we're only 94 now. Looks like we're going to come back through this 93 here. Nice, good shit, good trade, dude. Oh yeah, yeah. Crypto. I mean, crypto. If it was more, if it was easier to trade, it would be easier. You know. What's up, Dark Two Lights? He said I have a question. What was the website y'all used to have open always, which made ka-ching noises as liquidations happened in the market? No, that was my trading platform. It used to make those ka-ching noises. Whenever I would move my stop in a profit.
Clink, clink. Money goes into the piggy bank.
Yeah. Yeah, Ninja Trader does it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that sound.
I never forget about 50 Cent, bro. Man.
Yeah, you know, but you're acting like you don't know.
When you had the Rick Sanchez account, I'm not sure what that is. Bitcoin Ag or something?
That was C130.
Yeah, that was probably C130. Well, no, Rick, that's not his name. His name's not Rick Sanchez.
Yeah, that's the character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. That was probably something before I was on the channel. Dark to Light 96 USA. 82, 85 depends on tempo and order flow, of course. Yeah, maybe we get it. You're seeing a little bit of, kind of slowing at least here. The name was C130. C137, I think. 137. But I don't know. Does anyone remember that? That it's like a liquidations page for crypto.
No clue.
No, there's an open interest thing on trading views that I usually use.
If they're talking about bookmap.
Ag trade, maybe. I don't think Ramon had bookmap. He didn't have anything that you had to pay for. Nasdaq's popping here.
Coinglass.com does a good open interest too. It shows all the liquidations.
Exocharts was a website, I think.
Oh yeah, Exo charts as well. That was a good one for trading crypto. They had like exactly what you needed for the Yeah, Go Charts is nice if you like take the time to get to use it or get to know how to use it. It's actually a pretty nice platform. Nasdaq's still trying to go higher here.
I think it one's free too.
What's free?
The Go charts.
Oh, it's free, but free for crypto. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, dog. All right.
Caffees is still trading? I'm not sure. What's up, York? He went there to use Market Cipher as well. Yeah, he did. He did for a little bit, yeah. Yeah, he was big into that Market Cipher. Imagination. SpongeBob. What's up? Oh, you're bored? Oh, you're freezing?
This is so weird. So AMD's kind of dipping, not like a lot, but a little bit. But it's down about $1 from its high. But the market, but ES doesn't seem to be dropping. So is the Nasdaq? Oh, the Nasdaq is kind of coming down from its high a little bit.
No, Nasdaq's at the high, at its high. Nasdaq looks strong.
Oh, maybe. Okay, I'm probably looking at one that's a little bit delayed. I didn't pull up the Nasdaq. I should probably just pull it up on my
Yeah, Nasdaq's
my
about to
TV.
take out its high right here. If the Nasdaq can't get back below 12,790, then it's all upside for the rest of the day probably.
This picture
Volume
Brad
thing.
today. He's like pump, pump, pump.
No, I've been pretty cautious today because of yesterday. It's hard to you know,
Want to get?
it's hard to
one
roll
here.
them. It's hard to roll them 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened yesterday? Looking at the chart, man, looks pretty wild.
No, it was
I got
pretty.
off.
It was pretty easy, to be honest. It was pretty simple.
For real?
Close. I thought it was.
Yeah, the market's so strong. They stayed above prior day low 48.50. Only went to 53.25.
Like once the market got above 41.90 yesterday or 40.90 yesterday, it never came back below 40.90. Not once. It just went up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was volatile, so it might have
They
been
made
hard to get in late. But if you were in, like we identified, we were in the right spot like early before the pump up.
Yeah, with it making like a lower low or whatever, it seems like it would have been easy to get caught off sides looking for shorts or something. Then it rip against you.
Yeah, if you weren't paying, if you weren't paying attention.
If you remember, we were discussing that 41.90. The other chap was asking, they went up. Why didn't they break it? Why didn't they break it? They front ran it, dumped it. And then when they did break it, bang, never looked back, as you said.
Way that we don't hit 200 here.
Nasdaq trying to take the market higher here.
ES door is wide open for 4,200.
And Bitcoin did a big reversal, so it's heading up. So it's probably gonna go up the rest of the day.
exactly what a market maker would say. Are you trying to trick us?
That's my plan. Squeeze out all these shorts.
Oh yeah, I've seen that movie.
What movie?
Hustle, but with Adam Sandler, or Buy It. I mean, he made the movie too. By Adam Sandler. Everyone's like, "Hello, can you go? Hello, can you go?" Like that. Everyone's just waiting to like smash the buy button again. They're like, "Come on,
Yeah.
come on, come on." Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster for trapped longs here. Like this thing's gonna fucking. If we get it back inside yesterday's range, like I don't want to say I promise you that we take the B low, but I think the odds are good.
Damn, Brad, don't scare me. The one day I'm in shorts, the one day I'm in longs, I mean, you're like, yeah, we're going down. I'm like, I'm in a fucking long right now. It's
Where are
doing
you
great.
long? Where are you long from?
80.
Oh,
Well, if
you're
you would,
good.
if you would have
You're
got up
good.
early, would have had a nice longs early because we
Yeah, but-
identified trap shorts at the low and cut the long from the low. So now we're taking profit with all the rest of these freaks up here, and maybe if we get back inside that Globex range, you know. But that's just an if, Jared. I'm not saying that we're gonna, but I'm just saying if we do, it's gonna change the tone a ton.
If they hold 87, they'll do a higher low and then test back up.
Just looking at the profile though, I don't see any reason to even get short
Yeah,
though.
80
It's like
above
I'm just waiting
88.
to buy.
Yeah,
above
not
80
yet.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the if. Because if we come back through the single prints, then that means we have enough supply to fill it all.
Exactly. And then we have a nice easy trade back down to the low, maybe. According to my brain, it says high probability. But I also shorted Facebook this morning, and we saw how that worked out. Minus
I was gonna say, Brad told me
$453 bucks.
yesterday, so I wouldn't go against him.
I mean, Jared, I did give you all the way to 41.55 yesterday, like I promised when we were 100 points lower. So
I caught along too, so
no, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Welcome.
Well, this
So,
trade.
I can't just hold the market up for you 2 days in a row, Jared. Okay.
I mean, Brad did nail yesterday. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Well, his
like-
long at
like-
880 was good. So give him
crazy nailed it. Well, he was calling 41.55, 41.35, like way early. No, was it 41.55, right?
Yeah.
Like
It
way
was just a
early in the
Fibonacci
day.
level. Yeah, I got
Oh.
super lucky yesterday.
Brad knows it every day. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. It's a superpower, guys. I'm super lucky all the time.
Towers are fucking weak. Even today, they're looking weak.
They sure are.
They want you to believe that.
Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, look at the tick. You see, like,
Exactly.
the tick has not gotten down really at all. It's just been being pinned above zero or at zero for the most part. The thing that could really break the market down, because the Dow. Let's see. The Dow is lagging. Like the Dow is not above yesterday's high. And the Nasdaq still has a bunch of trapped shorts below because the Nasdaq's still on a fat gap. It didn't close its gap. Starting to see another ledge start to form here, kind of on like the whatever it's at right now, 91. I'm not standing like it. I'm standing pretty far behind the screen, so. It is so cold here. God damn it, I hate it. But it's fucking cold.
You have a heater in your room?
Yeah, I got a heater inside, but like when I go outside.
Well, I mean, no, I mean the house, I know, but I mean, do you have like a space heater?
Oh yeah, I have a brick heater, like a nice brick heater that's like in the wall.
Radiator?
Yeah, and it like heats the downstairs because like my downstairs is like like a man cave basically.
Does yours use oil to heat your house, or do you use gas?
Gas. Gas. Yeah, if you use oil, I mean, like Luis
How long
said,
does $1,000 worth of oil last?
paid a fucking fortune, probably like a month and a half or something. It depends how much you use it, of course, but
That sounds like a shit ton. Well, $1,000 for basically your utilities for your heating. I mean, that's a lot.
it's probably, well, it really depends how much you use it. I know my brother, he's on propane out in California back because his house is old, been on propane for days, so that's expensive as fuck too.
That's like gas expensive, isn't it? Like $5 a gallon or something?
Yeah, propane's expensive as fuck.
Thought it was nice today. Nice out today. It's like 38 or 40 degrees.
The
It's
fuck?
gonna
Have you
get
been
to that.
outside?
Probably cold. Yeah, this
Oh.
morning I was out.
Oh,
It's always cold in the overnight. Yeah.
it's like hell this morning. I took my kids to school. I was like, fucking I think hell is probably cold, not hot. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it was cold this morning. It's supposed to get nice. Now it's going to be real cold tomorrow, right? All day.
Tomorrow the high is like 17 degrees or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it might be windy.
Nasdaq breaking the low here, or not the low, but like the low of this upper range that's been in. Yeah, it's supposed to be windy because the wind chills is what's going to bring it down. It says.
Yeah, that sucks when it's windy.
Hold on.
Motherfucker. I canceled it. I had an order in at 85 half. It didn't pick me up. Now I don't want it. Fucking. Now that it bounced, I don't want it.
Don't worry, there'll be more opportunity.
Second time it happened today. I caught one earlier, but second time it happened today.
Dang. Just fucking these shorts up. Like, oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Nasdaq's trying to go back lower again.
You got a fill order at 85 half, you said, Roach?
Yeah, but I pulled it because I don't want it now the second time down. It might work, man, but I don't like to take it on the second one. When it comes to like a tick or two in my entry and then it goes, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it might go, but sometimes I'll even front run it, but So I didn't get filled. I got nothing. I just watched.
All right, I'm in a Nasdaq short, just so you guys know. So I think we're gonna catch a little breakdown here, a little quickie. Maybe a little bit of buying off this half back, but the Nasdaq looks like it wants to try to roll over. Real tight stop. If it bounces at all, I'm gonna flatten. But if we don't get a bounce here, then we're probably gonna break through this low. And the bounce is gonna have to take us back up to like 90. Any bounce that doesn't get us back up to 90, I think we do take that D low now.
Target filled. Target filled. Bang. Got the scalp long out.
Yeah, it looked like buyers stepped in at 86.
Hey, we're starting to see the weighted AD click up here a little bit. Let's see. Let's see. The tick is still not impressing us, though. Let's see what they got here.
Impressing us to the upside, you mean?
Right.
Or you mean it's
Right.
not going low enough to really say that it's down?
No, it's just not. It's not going. It's not like buyers are stepping in and driving this thing back up towards where all that volume's at right above.
Got it.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. Yeah, I liked it. He checks the chat. Oh, my bad. Dude, I'm terrible. How can I join the call? By the way, the Discord link is expired. My bad.
I think that no matter how low they go, they're gonna buy it and ramp it to 4,200. Let's see that.
That'd be good, nice.
Hmm.
You're seeing sellers trapped there at the 87.50. So they got the bounce. There's that 90. So we got. So you see the D low mechanical low. Shorts got trapped, and then like Roach said, buyer stepped up 86, and they were able to take it back up to volume. So now let's see what they do with it here.
Jared, are you still in your long?
Yeah.
I closed the Nasdaq short, obviously, because we got the bounce. So no bueno.
Where's the VIX? It seems like volatility is really.
Yeah, 17.5. Nasdaq's coming all the way back to the high now. Yeah, that was good. That was perfect. And way to stay patient, too.
I wanted to add on right there when you were talking about it, but I just stuck with what I had.
I added in at below and took it off at 92.5. I broke through that now.
I'm just watching like an idiot.
No. You did good yesterday. That's enough for the week.
Good enough for the month.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Brad's like, get it right.
No, what were by the end? How many were you in? Like 4 contracts by the time you got out?
I was
Probably
trading
pulled off
6
a little bit
lots
either way.
yesterday.
6 freaking lots, yeah. And that was what, a 70-point trade total between all the.
I finished up
buys?
like a little bit over 250 points yesterday.
Damn.
Bro, no, get out of here. For real?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
The
Beast
market went
mode.
straight up. That was my favorite thing for it to do.
How many points?
250, a little bit. Well, like after commission, it was like 237 or something.
Wow. Yeah, nice.
Holy
Nice
crap,
job.
that's amazing.
It was a cool day, that's for sure. Definitely a nice way to start the month off.
Yeah, 12 grand.
Yep, just about. If our 10% of it's not mine, so.
Well, you're in the league of the supermodels. Remember the original top 3 supermodels?
Oh, look at the
They on-
buyers right here.
They
Oh,
only get out of bed for $10,000.
I never heard about that.
Claudia Schiffer, Naomi Campbell, and the third one name escapes me right now.
Tyra Banks.
No.
Tom Brady's ex-wife, Giselle. She
Giselle.
probably doesn't get out of bed for a meal. Like she's like, I'm not even opening my eyes for less than $1 million.
No, now that she has that settlement.
She was richer than him though. I don't know what she wants his money
Oh, I
for
guess
anyways.
that's true. I guess
He's
that's
got
true.
like double the money he has.
With FTX.
No, that was all theoretical. They didn't actually lose real money. They lost theoretical gains. Huh?
Which they haven't sold their position yet?
No. So they were original investors. So they're in at the lowest part, right? And then once everything got inflated, their initial investment inflated up to that 250 million or whatever it was. But then when it all went to shit, they lost all of that money. So people are like, damn, they lost $250 million. But they didn't actually lose $250 million. They lost that unrealized 250 million. So the number that they actually lost is unknown because nobody will say it, but it wasn't as high as what they're saying. You know what I mean? It's like if you bought Bitcoin at 10,000, it goes up to 60,000, comes back down to 20,000. You're like, oh, I lost 40 grand. We're like, not really. Like that's not how that works.
If you're saying your net worth is 100 grand and 60 of it is Bitcoin, I mean, so basically he still lost like 3/4 of his wealth. I mean, even though it's unrealized. So much of his wealth is unrealized in basically.
Yeah, but the thing is like they're kind of spinning it off the wrong way because it's all of the numbers are like big time inflated.
Let me ask you this. If I wrote you a check for $1 million and handed it to you, you would feel like you're like, oh, I have $1 million. If I stop payment on that check, would you feel like you lost $1 million?
Yes.
There you go. That's how they feel. They
but
lost
that's
that
the thing.
They lost that money.
Yeah.
Unrealized
but it's not
gains.
Yeah, unrealized, exactly. But like it's not like he's broke now. He's still rich as fuck. And he's probably gonna be an announcer on Fox, hopefully, because Greg Olson sucks ass.
I think he'll do good announcer. He's funny.
I hate Gronkowski. I think Gronkowski sucks. Oh God. I liked him as a player. Don't get me wrong. I respect him as a player, but he sucked as a comment. I like Collins' work. I think he's the best.
He's mad.
You just hate Gronk because he's Polish.
I was just gonna say he's a dumb Polak, and he is a typical dumb Polak.
I knew there was some racism in there from you.
Yeah, them big dumb strong Polacks, though. They're all strong fuckers. They are.
Yeah, the Polish are like that corn-fed Iowa people, but they like the cold. They are like kind of big, strong, fucking.
Yeah, they're strong. My buddy's Ukrainian, and he's strong. He ain't dumb though. He's
Jared, you're
strong.
probably Polish a little bit, I bet.
I'm Yugoslavian. You watch it. Yugoslavian and Italian. You fucking watch your tongue.
Is that the same as Polish, Yugoslavian?
Oh, it used to be.
my buddy, one guy I used to work with was, I said, "You're a Polak." He goes, "I'm Lithuanian." He'd be all, "That's just a fancy Polak." I told him. He got all mad.
No, the like
Fancy name.
Lithuanians and like they have because they're more towards the water, so that they get the sun. They have like tanner skin and stuff. A lot of Lithuanians have like
Yeah.
almost like Italian, like olive colored skin.
Yeah. Like the Italians, the Sicilians think they're better than the regular Italian. Like, you know what I mean? A regular Italian, you tell them you're Sicilian. Oh, I'm Sicilian.
Oh yeah.
Like, we're all grease balls. You're a fucking grease ball. What do you?
No, Sicilians is they're one of my buddies is a Sicilian, and he it's different.
I know. My grandmother was from Sicily. You watch it, Roach. You crossing some goddamn line.
Yeah, they just like they love Sicily. That's what it is.
Seriously, I want Christopher Walker when he's talking about Sicilians. What is that?
Nice, scalping the shit out of this market.
Nice.
But only micros. I want to be safe.
That shit adds up, dude. I don't know why anyone says only micros like that.
Yeah.
Micros, that it really does add up. Like it can add up big time.
Certainly. Gets
And if you're not like ready for the risk of $12.50 a tick, then you can ease into it. Even if you are going to pay extra commissions, if you have a winning strategy and you're paying the extra commissions, and that's where most of your profits going is the commissions.
Yeah.
Eventually, as you size up, those commissions are going to matter less and less.
Yeah, I pay the piper to get my points. If you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about commissions. Sometimes commissions can be 25% of your profit. So that's okay, that's what scalping is. Sometimes more, a third. If
Right.
you have to cost average.
Hey, VJ.
Yeah.
A third of your commission, a third of your profit commission.
Well, if you're just scalping like a point, 2 points, and then some of them are break evens, and you add up, add in and just get out the lower ones instead of holding for your upper higher target, which is the right way to trade. But from a safety point of view, I just get out, at break even and then keep the other ones.
VJ, yesterday you were talking about, I was saying I didn't care about risk reward, but what I meant, I understand why you thought that. What I meant was, you know how they tell you like take 3 to 1 and 5 to 1, and
Right.
then you take like, and then you make like 10 trades, and you may lose half the trades you're up. I was saying I don't pay attention to that. I still look at risk
Well,
reward.
just now, I had on the micros, I had a 40 tick stop, and I was just scalping. That's 10 points. $50 bucks. I can afford that. And it dipped against me, dipped against me, and I went up to 3 and 4.
Yeah, I was just saying, them guys that tell you always take a 5 to 1, and this way, if you lose half your trades, you're still making money. That don't work in the real. You know what I mean? That's just the way I was doing it. Or it might work. It might work for somebody. It doesn't work for me. It probably works the way you're trading. I don't know if it works for you.
Yeah, well, I know a guy who when the volatility is less, he'll do a 2 point stop. He'll take half off at 6 to 8 points, third out at 10 to 20 points, and the runner, whatever.
There it goes. Nasdaq's trying to break the high.
Yeah,
There it
try to
goes.
get what you can.
Come on, ES. Come on, Nasdaq did it. You can do it. 4,200 is just right there. Just give it a little love.
See all the unrealized gains I have now, where I didn't get in at 85 that.
It's your re-entry, Brad.
I feel like Tom Brady. No, I won't.
I got it at 91.
For now, I won't.
91, right.
I took profit right there. So probably keep going, Brad.
Oh, thanks.
Just letting you know. Throw out the Jared indicator for you.
That's his team player. Do you guys hear this music? No? Is it just me?
I don't.
I don't hear it.
There's definitely music. I just don't know where it's coming from again. God damn it.
In your head, man.
No, bro. This is real. This is real. I don't have any browsers. Oh, here's the link for the Discord. My bad, bro. I suck at checking the chat. That's cool.
I made one of my ninja trader charts is stuck again. It froze once earlier. Had to close it. I just need a new PC now. I upgraded from Windows 7 Pro to Windows 10. This is an old computer. I have a laptop where I do other trading that works superbly.
Superbly. Good word.
It works superb. It's super, that one.
I hope it pulls back to 90. I'll get it again.
So right now, what we're seeing here is a trap. Fuck my chair go. You're seeing on the auction, we've got 245 on the high, and then we've got 455 on the low. This is kind of telling us that we're seeing kind of like a coiling, or like kind of like a smashing, right? And right now we have a mechanical high and a mechanical low, so that kind of makes sense. And so assume, like, you know, break this off into its own little profile, right? We're gonna get a little zoomed in here. Yeah, there's music. I don't know how to stop it. I don't know what to do. So it's, I have no fucking idea. It's the dumbest music in the whole world too. And I closed everything. Nothing works.
I don't hear it.
It's not. I turned off the Zoom, so you guys don't have to listen to it. But
If you have
What
a music
were-
file.
what's that?
If you have like a music file in OBS, I don't know if that's what you're streaming through, but
Yeah.
you can like click the speaker and hit mute if it's playing through that.
Where would you see that at?
It's like next to the file name, or you can double click on the file name and maybe mute it that way or delete it. It's been a while since I looked at it. Sorry.
Nah, no, you're good.
Hit like Control M or something too, maybe for mute.
Yeah, I don't know. I fucking hate it though.
Just hit Control A through Z and one of them will do it.
Hit A through Z.
But anyways, let's break this open and we'll split the profile here, and you kind of look at the volume here and kind of how it's pretty even right here on the high and right here on the low. So it's a balancing look. And so we have a distribution here. We moved higher. C was kind of that excess, and now we're balancing. We know the market moves from balance to excess back to balance. So now that's what we're seeing. We're seeing this balance. So should there be a break below D period and the selling is strong, we should close the single prints, right? And buying is weak, we should close the single prints. Any failure inside the single prints would be a buy. You know what I mean? So because of the balance, that would be a look below balance and fail, right? Same thing on the high. Let's say the DE high goes first. We do have a little bit of backup with C up there. Let's say we break that level and then come back in. That's a look above balance and fail, and there's good odds that you rotate back to the D low. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm looking for here.
Thank you for that commentary.
I was the source. Yeah, bro, there's music. Username Peoric previously said he was the source. I'm not sure. I mean, there's definitely music, but I'm not sure who's the source.
The guy with the accent, to be fair.
Probably him, yeah. You know those fucking English. Or, you know those people with accents. That's so funny. He didn't even say English. He said people. He said it's probably that guy with the accent. That's hilarious.
I think he is probably talking about Roach, to be fair.
You know, I was thinking that too.
Thanks, John.
You don't mind saying that again, though, do you? I walked away from the screen when you explained that.
No, of course not. So what we did was we broke the profile apart, and this is like, you know, oh, what the fuck just happened? Split profile here. Okay, so what we did is we broke the profile apart so we could see this auction now that we're kind of in this upper range, right? We had an auction lower, we moved up, right? Not a lot of volume, like 343 contracts traded. So we saw the short covering, you know, people were continuing shorting, so we squeezed up even higher, and now we're starting to form an imbalance, right? We know that the market trades from balance to excess to balance to excess to balance, right? So now we're in that kind of balancing stage with this mechanical high and a mechanical low. If you look on the auction, these 455 contracts all traded on the low tick, all traded on the bid. And so that to me is kind of a sign of a little bit of absorption. And so if you start to see tapering here, that could be a sign that the market's going to get continuation upside. But if we break here and don't close the singles right away, what's that?
Because it's running out of steam, so it's going to start going to the upside. It's tapering.
If you see, yeah, exactly. If you see the tapering, right, it's running out of steam. And so what we would look for is to like kind of get this E excess come down here somewhere in these single prints, fail, and then get above the point of control, and then we can start targeting, you know, these here, or we could get long, low, right, and hope that the single prints don't close or trade them against the single prints. The tempo is pretty slow here, and we kind of have a mixed bag otherwise, but you know, the market's starting to get a little bit heavy here as we kind of see it just trading sideways, but not making a lower low just yet. You see kind of a lower high, another lower high. This is kind of our first lower low. Haven't really got that yet. But if we use balance rules here and we get a break from balance, any move from balance either is going to be accepted or rejected, right? So acceptance to me would be trading back inside the A range. And if we trade back inside the A range, I like it to trade the B low, because that would be an entrance back into this balance down here. So you kind of have like a balance zone up here, balance zone down here, and you're kind of playing the median off of them. And if it comes down, can't get accepted back into A range or can't even make it back down into A range, well, then you have an opportunity to trade against the initial balance high, that A high, which is pretty much, you know, the open and the Globex high. They're relatively the same number, close to at least.
Cool.
Yeah, I have
mine works.
OBS open, but it's not doing what it's supposed to be. I don't know. I don't know how to use it, to be honest. I know how to stream, and that's pretty much. And an interesting thing, and we talked about this kind of before they squeezed up here. We had kind of this flat VWAP. We had a nice trend. They didn't break the trend, and then they finally kind of took off. The VWAP hasn't come up as much, and is again starting to kind of flatten out here around this 170. So maybe we hang out here. We see the point of control shift above us. That's not really bullish while the market's trading where it's at, especially with the mechanical low.
Can you please point to your VPOC and POC?
What's that?
Can you point out where your VPOC and POC is?
So my VPOC's right here in pink.
Got it.
And then,
yeah.
and then the POC is here in red.
Yeah, got it. Red and pink. Okay. Pink, purple, lavender, whatever.
Yeah, pink is for volume and red is for time.
Got it.
Where's your pink one at? Like 4193 or something? Is that what you're talking about?
NASDAQ trying to catch a little bit of a bid here.
Sours are weak.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
talking about the pink one, the V pocket 4193?
I don't think anybody's actually selling, you know? It's
Yeah,
just
this
like,
is the VPOC right here.
I'm gonna take profit, you know? They're like, oh, I'm gonna catch one from this bottom. Oh, I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna take profit.
Well, they're just playing balance. That's what I'm saying. So like they're selling at the high, buying at the lows, and until one of them breaks, you really don't have any information except to play against the balance. Volume trying to come in here at the 88, it looks like. Not really a ton of speed behind it or anything though.
Did you exit your 91 long? Scalp it out?
Oh, earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
In D, I exited like D.
5 minutes back or something.
I closed it at 10, or well, in the 1050 bar. So right at the end of D period at some point.
Oh, way back you're talking about. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing recently then, in the last 15 minutes.
Just a NASDAQ short, that's it.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, they're gonna break it here.
Thanks, Rain Man. Oh.
Brad's like, getting long.
What the hell is this thing doing? It couldn't even break D high. What's going on?
Hey, it's gonna break it.
Jared, I thought your buddies were talking to these guys and telling them what they need to do. Are you still in your long?
No, I actually took profit on my long up at 94.5.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a really nice trade. It was a 14.
So look at the tick here as well. The tick is just trading relatively flat, just like the market is. And this is the fastest indicator in the land. So this is going to give us our key now. Now we know what's up. So we'll look for the tick to either break above 444 or below 265. And then we'll know. Go. I like soft R&B in my ear.
It's very interesting that we had a low tick on the 10 o'clock and then the extreme high tick on the 10:30, and then the tick has been in the lower region all this time now. One push up at 11:20 20 something.
Yeah, this was when I was helping Jared, you know, get his
Yeah.
position.
That went into the 700s, and then it's been chopping at the lows now.
Yeah, that was I sweated a little bit. I won't lie. You know.
Nasdaq's getting weaker. I mean, I'm not saying the Nasdaq is weak, but it's not as strong as it once was. Ain't as good as I once was.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think the
country song, I
Nasdaq
think.
will go down to, I think it's gonna go down to like 765 at least.
Do we have a singer in the house? Keep
But,
singing. You are.
You think where, Roach? 12 what?
I think 12,765 area might get some support there though.
I'm
If
looking
you
for
know,
like
I don't know if you were watching it. If you're watching it like a minute or two ago, the Nasdaq tried to break down and he has just hit mud.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking at 15-minute candles. That one at 11:15, the body's way up there, so that just dipped is to take out stops, and then the 11:30 bar all the way up, that was just a push to take out the long stops, or the short stops rather. It poked higher up, and now it's indecisive in this area. The green candle currently. Red, so it's flipping.
Because we're going down.
Well, if they hold that doji in the 80 area, it's just going to chop between that and the high. ES has to go above 89 and hold above 89 strongly for the push back up.
I've just been using that 90 Brad as like a reference. Like if it gets above the 90, I'm thinking long. If it stays below the 90, I'm thinking short.
I was gonna ask you, Jared, what you saw, what you were looking at 90. What's the secret? What do you see at 90?
That's
Just
just
zone I got.
what I'm observing. I don't know. I'm just looking at it. Every time it's gone up to that 90, it just keeps getting smacked down. And then last time it got above that 90, it ran all the way up to 96.
Yeah, it's an interesting number. 100 points out from the breakout area, 4090.
Yeah, no, because I heard you mention you came back down to 90 you wanted again, and I didn't really see much there, but I got you. Fucking sellers are really on the struggle bus. You know?
Yeah, they're trying to push it down, but
Yeah, they're trying with the struggle.
they're just like, we sure? We just went up like 100 something points yesterday. What?
Yeah.
Sure we don't want to buy this?
We just
The
need
thing-
the sellers to get
The thing is like if you're gonna get, what it looks like is it's gonna take the high and the low of D period. It's really gonna depend on which one goes first and the reaction, because like if sellers are able to break the low and hold, then all these longs that are up here, and people are long basically from like 4182 half and above, they are gonna fucking quit quick.
Yeah, because they're holding real high.
Well, and because you got to think about it, everybody today is like everybody that's smart today is thinking like, okay, it's an update and I want to be a buyer, but I don't want to be an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
I
they
am not getting
realize
trapped, yeah.
exactly, and so they're
Yeah,
not going to
break
hold
below.
that shit.
It looks like the tick broke below that level you were saying earlier.
Oh,
But
it did.
It didn't necessarily run.
You just
Well, it's not.
described
So
it
that's
perfectly, Brad.
that's just the ticket, and so now on this pullback here, this is where you get short.
I'm like
Got
sitting there right now, Brad, like exactly thinking exactly how you just said. It's like, I want to be a buyer because we've been up all day, you know, have these little pullbacks, goes up higher. I'm like, want to be a buyer, but I do not want to buy up at 96.
Yeah, everybody's skittish.
Yep. And rightfully so.
Yeah.
The market is going to chop and stay up because of the tech earnings, big tech, end of day.
That's why I think there's good odds for a late day puke, because the tech earnings. That's the only reason that's kind of really got me leaning short. But I mean, it could be the exact opposite, and then they'll get those bad reports in the spring. And according to fucking Pandusky or whatever that fucking thing's name is, winter continues for another 6 weeks. So.
Puxatawny Phil.
There we go.
That's the name.
Is that a national? That's a national thing. You guys know about? I know Brad. He lives.
Hey,
I watched
you, Rhodes,
Groundhog Day like 90,000 times.
Yeah, it's
My
that's
wife
how
loves that.
that's how I found out about it, is from Groundhog Day.
Oh, okay.
Dude, call me crazy.
What'd you say,
Rhodes.
Jared?
I said we went right up to that 90 and then straight down and broke through.
Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't doubting you, but I was.
No, I know. I was just saying.
No, I know. Yeah.
I even said now's the time to get short.
But now I'm just like, where did I get long from? You know, I want to see if it gets down to that A high.
Are you in long?
No, I'm not. I'm not in. I was in a short from 90 and then actually took it at 80, 85, 75.
Yeah,
Nasdaq's popping.
Yeah, we could pop.
So look, they fixed the low. They only went down a couple of ticks. 33 contracts trade on the low. Remember what we said? Look below balance. Above 91 would be a fail. And then that would guarantee, I don't want to say guarantee, but 96 trade. So, but I hate the guarantee stuff. Look at the VPOC shifted down below us now. Now the nerves are setting in.
Tick back above zero too.
This might be the little fake out to the upside, though. They need to drop it a little.
True.
Fake out for the breakout.
Shake out a little bit of short-term short.
Well, you'll know for sure if they can't get this thing back above that 91.5, 92, then it's not a look below balance and fail. Those are just weak-handed shorts covering at the low.
Yeah.
And then you'll get that continuation. So if the tick again, like I mean, it kind of did. If the tick doesn't make a higher high here, that's what you'll kind of get. And every second that the market spends below this VPOC, that's getting kind of like massaged down. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the market is like a snake here, and it's swallowed a bunch of volume, and it's kind of just been like slowly digesting it lower and lower. So from that 92 area, and then now we see, like I said, it's holding below that. Nerves are starting to set in big time. Tick failed to make a higher high. Weighted AD's coming down here. There's some selling at the 84. Nasdaq puked it. You just wonder if it's gonna go though. That's the thing. Like,
Is it a real drop or is it a pretend drop? That's what
yeah. Because every time they have come down, there's just been so many shorts buying their positions back that sellers have to kind of stop. So if you assume like sellers probably are short that 90, like Jared is saying, 90 to 92, let's say, everyone's short from there. But every time we get down a little bit low, you still have trap shorts that are covering, because look what we're getting into, single prints. Trap shorts from the lower distribution buying their positions back. Boom, 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 boom. So if these are just daytime frame sellers selling that 90, 92, it's going to be tough for them to break until we get that capitulation below 82.50. Below 82.50, I think, is where we start to maybe go lower.
I think the terms
We'll
should
see you later,
apply.
man. Get to bed. Yeah.
I just wish it was go up or down. Or something.
Spoken like a true
Oh,
player.
yeah.
Make up your damn mind.
Do something.
I think it's going down.
It thinks
Yeah, I
it's
think
going
gonna
down
go
too.
down, but I don't know how far.
I don't know until the bot gets in profit. That's all I care about.
The bot in the short state.
Yeah, the bot a put. It's about 55% under right now.
I was gonna ask you where, but bot low, huh? Sorry.
Well, it buys near open is typically when it gets in.
Okay.
But I think I have determined that I'm going to, from this point forward, the bot will play what the bot plays, and I'm not gonna sell. I'm gonna let it play because, like yesterday,
Yeah,
man,
might drop.
I would have made a ton if I would have let the bot do its entire thing. But I only let it get in a certain number of contracts, and then I closed AMD early because Nvidia got out. But I'm finding that it's just not in my best interest. The bot kicks my ass no matter what I do, is the bottom line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The whole idea of having it is not possible.
well, that's the thing. I mean, it sucks when you lose, when you're down. I mean, I don't remember what day it was, but I lost like 80% one day. And so it's like that brain, do you really want to feel like you can lose 80%? But the truth is that when the bot wins, it wins 80%. So, and it wins.
Yeah, you wanna keep all your winning 80%
fucking % of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So
you
I'm
want
like,
all winners and eliminate the losers.
well, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I think we've
Yeah,
had
I
that
know.
conversation before. It's hard to have a loser.
Yeah.
It's just hard
I
because
know.
it totally, you're like, I got to figure out how to not lose. And that's the
Yeah,
problem
that's
with this
human
kind of a thing. You just got to freaking white knuckle it and freaking run. Loss or not, it doesn't matter.
Like a quarterback doesn't want to throw it incomplete pass.
Exactly.
I hope Amazon brings my part for my dryer. 2 days without a dryer, we got clothes piled up.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get some lunch. The market's just kind of just chilling here. We're seeing a double distribution look, so we kind of know how to play double distribution, right? Treat it kind of as separate profiles, a breakdown, look for it to get acceptance into the lower balance, and then we kind of go from there. Very two-sided trading today, not really any conviction in the later sessions, D, E, and F, right? Not really any conviction on either side. Like I said, the longer that we hang out below this 88, the better odds I think that we break below. 82.50 is kind of the breaking point that I'm looking for. We almost traded it, or might trade it right here, and I think that's where the market might get a flush from right at this 82.50. But other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Remember, we've got some big economic data coming out tomorrow. Make sure that you are managing risk and sticking to your trade plan, and I will catch you all later.